saying feeling a banko muru from being futata common feeling dunta pipeline. This is a phone model.
Alatendu, Data Kaira, Nem Banko Mol Kachada, about Nimbe Kiri Bankoka, the message will deliver, and the candidate who we can be. Obeke and Nata Kaira, the turnout was very impressive. We were well received everywhere. The message was well received too. So, we put it on Alatendu Bake, and the Vijay Kondanda Walabake, Simon to the Wulamu, don't continent. We have Baku Beaman finished. We have one event in West Coast, one event in KM, one event in Banjul, and then the final one in West Coast again, which will be the whole Yundum constituency event in Musumbala. So that is coming up on Sunday.
But Kiaman, min keta mole jahal kote, and keta mole seho ko fanati, min keta foni tunduto. Ya ita ni mola ko Kiaman abadu ko la foni tunduto ba. Kiaman, wo keta nyani?
Amunda Wemi Kandi Wolamu, that is the UDP philosophy. Niaje mbenyi Nkabata, Nkakube Taki, this country. It's not for ourselves, you know. Kurumulu, many alonko B, Demaro min for the phone. Abumon min Demaka, Nintul Manlo, Man Kube Taki, Demaro brother, Malva brother. The rest of the other people, their own interests, and that is all. So we have to keep fighting for the poor and for the less fortunate masses in the country. Once a kilo here, phone cool phone, idiam tale, kaitale ko, katapu minatagi, aning kalamtaro minatagi, anin tolkatambi dol la phone, kafanyo ko, ninang bakarte faila UDP. Kiaman, wo kita mul balanyadi la na kita ko balanyadi nang wala nang kafoy na triple ni successful kabag very neaje not only phone but look at it from Balanga na reception inside the Balanga mundo na raje and then from there kata Mbulli from there the phone and then Bifanang Sam Mendy wrapped it up for us today from the Manjago community. Kaitandi the perception in that community and then what perception in the change for 2026. So we are pulling me along. I am in Kandiwala Musa and Gambians coming up and the message number Samba. It is well received and then people are ready for change. That is very important. And then kilo be movement the wala bindigo Gambia be bon la nyami Gambia non be la nyanto so la nyami na dindumulu dinu ka fa back way be hope so la nyami ani be do ko so la nyami na mo folo me ka bang timoto mul be la jata kenne ani nyata so la nyami mo tinto saya obi banna nyani bor kendo dena yekumbo moyle ka fo mon be kumbo mena ka fo ko borul man so do lebdano farabulol be faring the whole of the country ni alongo e man do kuno wol be do kula nyame dio be je mi alongo a dio luwolom aba fala min duma le ben irgate la farabulol be je aba mon duma le ben do kula funding ke be bankola karano le be jurbane men ba fo kan mun duma len dol do go sor min nyanta connection ko la umma secondal unfortunately ndol mo umma secondal just today waran kunun to be na understand American only to le lankan ning ba tinala fo kata America will be very different for Gambia some mo sa before na Bankola Alhalo Benjamin, and Femma Wolanka for successive governments of failures. The UDP has been here from 1996. No kilo min keka wolamu kawo failures nin kawo dan ka success register for our people. No nin ala sonda 2026 of failures bedanale. And we start registering success for our people.
I just want to ask you this question because the statement on the Jamajere and the statement in Kony Bataburu. I mean, people are saying, like, you know, the Kibaaro was 6 and 9 based on that statement. So, I mean, can you explain to people exactly that we are not 6 and 9?
No, but you know, they understand. Until we are opposition, we can only tell people what we will be able to do once we get into power. Kibaaro is already in power. He cannot tell people, I am not going to do this because X, Y, and Z. He doesn't own what he is in control of. It is owned by the people. They put him there for him to serve them. He is in that position and he is serving. His failures are what we are identifying the people. What he failed to do. That's what we are telling people, these are the failures of Kibaaro, and that is what is impacting adversely your lives in this country. If we come in to government, this is what we will do different. For example, what is government returning back to the people in this country? Not much. We are telling them if we come in, through the local authorities, we'll be able to return development fund to villages. Now, if the central government is in charge of all the revenue and they refuse to give anything to the local authorities, think of the villages. How are they going to be able to develop themselves? Most of those villages, what is the revenue they collect? They don't get no revenue. The Alcalo's revenue that they get all goes to the councils and the central government. If you want those villages, what do you want to do? Those villages that are in those remote areas, are they not supposed to get anything back for development? When are they going to get anything back? So that's why we are saying, not only should we be plowing back something to, let's say, West Coast for 5 million, but we want every other region to be able to plow back something back to the works, because those funds that we return back go back to the VDCs in the villages, and they're able to register something for some meaningful development in the villages. Otherwise, what you're going to end up doing, you're going to end up attracting more people from the villages into the urban areas. That is the urbanization. And then the urban areas will get congested. No one will be left in the villages to do any of the farming that we are doing. And then how is that society going to prosper? So what we are saying is very simple. For us as West Coast, we want, once the UDP government comes, subventions are given, but with conditions, strict conditions, that not only they're going to go to the councils and then the black holes in the councils will swallow them. No, let them go back to the communities. And this is going to be done through the ward development. We have seen how successful ward development have been for West Coast region. We want that replicated in every other region. That's why we told the people of Basse that we will ensure that every ward in the URR gets this 1 million that West Coast is now boasting about. Because we've been to where we went to Bataburu Kantora. You've seen the market that is built there. And not only that, imagine if the village of Bataburu gets something from the councils every year. The next thing you're going to see is all the village itself will be well lit. They will have street lights. They will not be crying about ambulances. They will not be crying about women gardens not being fenced, not having the borehole tanks and all that stuff. And this is the thing that we are hearing from all across the country. We went to the other places in NBR. Women are talking about, you heard what women said in Balaga, until the party leader himself had to donate them something for them to be able to sort out their tank. That is supposed to come from central government, through the local authorities, getting back to those villages. That's what we are saying. Let some money go back. But you're talking about only road building, road. That's all that this government can brag about. Villages are crying of other things. To be successful, I think some money needs to go back. And that's what we are talking about. For West Coast, we are saying, even if central government gives us 1 million to give back to our communities, let them just help us to do valuation of properties within our region. We'll be able to generate enough revenue and we'll be able to plow it back to people. There is no comparison between what we are saying and what Barrow is saying. We are opposition. We can only tell you what we will be able to do when we are in government. Barrow cannot say what he will be able to do where. When? If he is in opposition, the man is in government, for goodness sake. He needs to deliver. He needs to do the work. He needs to be able to tell people what he has been able to register within the last 5 years or 8 years. What can he show for that? We can only tell people what we will be able to do once we are in government. So if you don't want us to say that, what do you expect us to say? That we will just come and then do what? So sometimes they need to use their heads. Just use your head and start thinking. Because as an opposition, we can only tell you what we will be able to do differently. The other guy is there. He cannot say when he is in opposition, that's what he will try to tell people. No, he is there. Let him do what he is supposed to do. It is because of his failures. That's why we are telling people that this X, Y, and Z is what we will be able to do. The man is in charge of people's money and he's telling them, I'm not going to give you your money unless and until you remove X, Y, and Z. Who does that? Why should that be a condition? It's not your money, it is the people's money. Let him deliver the promises he made when he was in opposition or when he was campaigning. If he failed to do that, he cannot blame us for telling people that this is X, Y, and Z that we are going to do. Let people think. It's not rocket science. It's very simple, common sense. We are opposition. We can only tell people what we will be able to do when we are in government. He made promises that he was going to deliver when he is in government. Now he's in government. Has he delivered them? No. He told people he will give them free national health insurance. What happened to that process? What happened to that one? It was something he showed to people in the last election. He said he will bring the bag of rice down to 700 to 600. We haven't seen it. So many promises he made. Everything has been skyrocketing.
And internet in Brikama.
And then free wireless internet in Brikama. He made promises. He hasn't even delivered any of those.
Of course.
So what we are telling people is common sense. Barabanjul Bridge. What happened to that one? So many things. So many failures that he has registered. We can only tell people what we will do when we are in government. When we get there, that's when you hold us accountable. But what we promise to the people of West Coast is that, and if they want to prove it, let them vote for Baba and we take him to State House, and then they can come and hold us accountable for the promises we made. And that promise is 5 million, and not only that, like I said, I will be championing the cause for Road Development Fund across the whole country, not just West Coast. But I want every village, so that when we go around the country, every village will be able to show us this is what we have been able to register from your Road Development Fund or from the government subvention or subsidies that have been given to the local authorities. That's what we are talking about. So there is no comparison. Those who are making comparison, they need to go and check their heads. Because we are not in government, we can only tell you what we will be able to do when we are in government. When we get there, hold us accountable. This government made promises, and have they delivered those promises? That's what people should be asking. Okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.